Hey everybody, it's Rich here at Henderson's Lineup, and today I'm super excited to do another episode of The Voice of the Customer.
The Voice of the Customer.
So thank you for joining us with this episode of The Voice of the Customer. Today I've got a really great customer. Ron's got a unique story on how he got here, and then we're going to talk a little bit about his coach behind us, which is a Ford F53. So Ron, tell us a little bit about your story, how you got here, and then maybe why you came in the first place.
All right. Well, Rich, it kind of started. We've done a lot of foreign travel. We've done a lot of boat travel. We decided to travel by RV and see the national parks as our first primary goal. And so we found an RV that we liked, and it was in nice shape and gently used and garaged all its life. So we went for a test drive in it. And my wife and I are like, is this how these are supposed to drive and feel? Because this is awful. And she immediately said, well, we can maybe get an RV, but it's got to get fixed. So this is a Winnebago Adventure 35P. It's built on the Ford F53 chassis. They don't come from the factory, it turns out, in a condition that makes them very drivable, quite frankly. And so with a little bit of online research and talking to other people, we figured out we got to get some things done. The thing porpoised, the tail wagged, it would get blown sideways, the steering felt loosey-goosey. And it was clear that we couldn't drive it cross-country, which is what we've been doing in that condition. So we contacted a local garage who's turns out was SuperSteer installer, and we got initial work done. We got a rear track bar, auxiliary sway bar in the back, and a beefed-up sway bar in the front, and we got a Safety Plus installed, and that helped a lot of the symptoms dramatically. And we've got a 2,000-plus mile trip back to Chicago here from the West Coast now. And I didn't want to do it having to fight the steering so much. So
sorry for the noise. We are a shop, and we are working on RVs all around us here.
It's a busy place.
We don't want to stop the technicians from doing their jobs. Okay.
So the funny part about how we arrived here in Grants Pass, Oregon, is we were working our way up the California national parks, and we got to the Redwoods National Park, and then our next national park was going to be Crater Lake National Park, and we're looking on that route. And Grants Pass, Oregon is in the middle of that route. And it's like, wait a minute, Grants Pass. Oh, yeah, that's the home of SuperSteer, the Henderson lineup. So let's get this thing fixed. So I brought it in here, and they put on radius rods in the front, which should tighten up the steering for us, and also put Coney shocks all the way around. And then another issue we had when the initial equipment install is these coaches don't come with an adjustable drag link. So to get your steering wheel centered, you really need an adjustable drag link to fine-tune that middle point on the steering. And so now we've pretty much got the whole suite of stuff, and I'm looking forward to driving it home.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I mean, we always say that you're the best part of our business. Without good customers like you, we wouldn't have a business in the first place. So I really appreciate you on sharing all that. I have one last question I usually ask people at the end of these episodes is, you know, a lot of people are watching this, and it's easy for us to put out ads about what we do, but you're the best advertising we have. What advice would you give to someone who's thinking about popping by the shop and getting their work done here? What advice would you give that person?
Anybody that can make it here should come here. If they've got but I mean, my experiences with the F53 chassis, I'm sure they do magic with other chassis as well. But the F53, it doesn't come from the factory driving the way it should, and it really needs the products. And I'm just thankful that somebody like SuperSteer has taken the time and effort and due diligence to design products to address issues that this chassis has, because without that, it would be a not very pleasant experience driving down the road.
Well, now you're going to take off today, and you're going to have a great drive where you're going, and we really appreciate you coming. So thank you so much for the good words. Mm-hmm. If you like this content, your own F53 or even any motorhome for at all, feel free to look at our other videos. If you get any value from it, please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, we wish you safer and happier driving.